Bam! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It should do with STWFTV, and we are back with another live episode of Let's Ride podcast. This is your only, you heard me, I said that right. This is the only podcast where it's exclusive. All we talk about is your Arlington Renegades, and man, it went down this weekend. So y'all had to be there. If y'all were somewhere else, that was not the place to be. The place to be was Choctaw Stadium. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the game recap, to whereas the Arlington Renegades came out in a very, very impressive manner. Like they punched them in the face from the beginning, from quarter one. And you see the score. It ended up in a 33-9 victory over the San Antonio Brahmas. So this was a really good game. And, you know, even before the game started, as y'all seen throughout our podcast off season, you know, this was a very highly anticipated game just because last season, the San Antonio Brahmas, they won the XFL. So they won the XFL conference, of course. So it's definitely a heated rivalry there. So, you know, the fans popped out, the team popped out, and they did not disappoint us. So definitely shout out to all the Arlington Renegades and all those fans that were able to come out and make it to the game and make it to the tailgate. But we're just going to get right into it. So, man, shout out to the Arlington Renegades as they broke the 3-1 losing streak in the Battle of I-35. So if y'all can catch some of our other podcast shows, you would see, and my co-host Bandito will explain how this Battle of I-35 started. So it's pretty cool just to see, you know, this pick up, because this whole battle rivalry was something that was started by the fans. It wasn't something that, okay, hey, you know what, that Arlington Renegades going to say, hey, this is going to be our Battle of I-35. No, this rivalry did not come up like that. It started with the fans, and it was with the hats, as you can see in this video right here, Los Bandidos. And shout out to Davion Smith. Dude had a crazy game, 3 touchdowns, 3 touches. Really amazing game too. It was really good to see him, you know, getting revitalized and getting back into his form that we all know. But, you know, shout out to him for supporting the fans. As y'all can see right there in the Battle of the I-35, he got the hat. And my co-host is not here because he got the hat as well. So shout out to those Brahmas that could not take home that hat, that had to leave the, leave that San Antonio I-35 hat here in Arlington, Texas. So just give you a little bit more information. So the Arlington Renegades are 1-0. They opened their campaign, their 2025 campaign, with a 33-9 win over the San Antonio Brahmas. The Renegades defense held the Brahmas scoreless. Now, repeat, watch this. Rewind, play. The Renegades defense held the Brahmas scoreless after 3 plays during the game opening series. So definitely let you know that, you know, the defense has been a focal point coming into this season. So it's really good just to see our defense come in and capitalize off plays, because last season, you know, we weren't able to capitalize as much. So Arlington picked up 24 yards before the team successfully navigated a 4th down conversion. 2 false starts would plague the team on the way to the red zone before a 6-yard pass caught by wide receiver Isaiah Winstead appeared to cross the end zone. The touchdown was overturned, though. That was a nail biter. That was kind of frustrating to get to see, you know, for him to get the touchdown call and then get it called back. So you know, I was at the game and I was like, hey, are we having a repeat of last season to where penalties and, you know, careless mistakes are killing our team? But we were able to recover from that. So the touchdown was overturned with the ball on the 1-yard line. 1 play later, running back Davion Smith earned the Renegades' first touchdown of the season. Arlington went up 8-0 as a 2-point conversion pass from quarterback Luis Perez was caught by Sal Canella. Dude's a beast. That's the tight end. So definitely y'all keep, I think his number is 80. So tight end Sal Canella, y'all make sure y'all keep him on your radar, because he's always been a favorite of quarterback Luis Perez. On the first play of the second quarter, Perez was intercepted. Yeah, didn't like that. which later led to the Brahmas kicking a field goal after 8 plays and 48 yards. So y'all see our defense is stepping up, is being stout. So 8 plays later, they were only able to get 48 yards. So that's kind of impressive right there. So Arlington responded. Now, this was a big play right here. Arlington responded with a 77-yard run from newly acquired running back Kalen Balaj. Definitely, y'all check some of our older content because we did a special on the running backs because we knew going into this season that those guys were going to be very, 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 very good. So shout out to Kalen Balaj, who had this 77-yard touchdown. And what was cool about this run is that he made history. This was the longest run in UFL existence. So definitely let y'all know that the guy ain't here to play with. So big plays this season. So Kellen Balaj had that 77-yard run and a 2-point conversion pass to wide receiver Deontay Burnett. Put the Renegades up 16-3 at the half. During the third quarter, the home team would extend the lead 24-3 as the Renegades went on an 11-play, 56-yard scoring. Hear that? Scoring drive. Something that we had issues doing last season. We would be able to drive the ball, and that led to a lot of Luis Perez having, 256, over 200 yards and no touchdowns because we weren't able to get across, get the ball across that end zone. So it was really good to just see our team make plays on both sides of the ball. So going back to this, so during the third quarter, the home team would extend its lead to 24-3. The Renegades went on an 11-play, 56-yard scoring drive that ended with, nonetheless, Davion Smith recording his second 1-yard rushing touchdown of the day. The team would go 3 for 4 in a 2-point conversion as another throw from QB Perez would land in the hands of wide receiver Burnett. A pass interference call on Arlington placed San Antonio in scoring position before an offensive foul. And an unsuccessful field goal attempt kept the Brahmas scoreless. Y'all definitely check that out. I'm pretty sure y'all seen destroying that field goal that really that really hurt them. I don't think, it would have made any difference on the scoreboard because, they had issues driving the ball. But still, all in all, we can definitely tell that their momentum shifted, that, their confidence level dropped after that or even before that. So an unsuccessful field goal attempt kept the Brahmas scoreless to the end of the third quarter. QB Perez 11-yard throw to wide receiver Burnett, the receiver's second receiving catch of the night, placed the Renegades 3 yards away from the end zone as a 2-yard rush from running back Balaj followed. A 1-yard touchdown run from none other, Davion Smith. So shout out to those guys, what they were doing. It was like, thunder and lightning. Kelly Balaj was, we spoke about, he's very good upside. He's a big back, quick feet. And, you've seen it. He broke a 77-yard touchdown, and he was able to give his fellow backmate, Davion Smith, a break. Like, he got 3 touches, 3 touchdowns, 1 yard out. So definitely that shows that, that we're going to have some longevity going into this season with our and have fresh legs coming out the backfield. So that's always a plus. So the Renegades 1 yard. So Burnett, receiver, second receiving catch of the night, placed the Renegades 3 yards away from the end zone as a 2-yard rush from running back Balaj followed. A 1-yard touchdown run from running back Smith concluded the Renegades' 9-play, 59-yard scoring drive. So remember, the other one was 11 plays. This one was 9. So our offense was beating up that defense. We were able to control the game clock, control the flow of the game. So you can see that we pretty much had control the entire time. So that's what was very impressive. And I want, just people to be privy of, pay attention to that, these long drives. We beat them all over. Long methodical drives, and then just quick drives down the field. As you can see with, we'll place a highlight clip later of Kellen Balaj's 77-yard touchdown. So shout out to that guy. We're going to have to try and get an interview with him. But Arlington will be stopped a few yards short during a 2-point conversion to lead 30-3 in the fourth quarter. With less than 5 minutes left in the game, the Brahmas scored their first points in the second half. Wow, wow, wow. On a 4th-down conversion, their 3-point conversion attempt would be unsuccessful. They had a lot of unsuccessful tries and attempts during this game for the Brahmas. Using the season's new rule, San Antonio elected to keep possession of the ball starting at its 28-yard line at 4th and 12. The Brahmas couldn't convert, of course. They couldn't move the ball the entire night. So, that was just pretty much a far cry. Just, they're just doing that because they couldn't move the ball the entire night. So the Brahmas couldn't convert as an unsuccessful pass gave the ball to the Renegades. A field goal from Arlington with 24 seconds left in the final was the final point of the game. The Renegades stay home for their next matchup this weekend, coming up against the Houston Roughnecks. As y'all know, that's definitely one of my biggest rivalries, starting from the rebranding in 2020 of the XFL. So definitely y'all watch that. They're 0-1, but it's another in-state game, so it should be, so it should be pretty good. So this game will air Saturday, April 6th. I thought that game was Sunday. So let me just make sure yes. So here my notes show that it's April 6th is a Saturday on here, but no, it's April 6th, Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Time, and it's going to be aired on ESPN, unlike this last game that was aired on Fox. So definitely you all be on the lookout if you can make the game come out, but if not, definitely tune in to ESPN and show some support. So here's some post-game notes. Saturday's win marked the Renegades' second season opening victory, winning the 2023 opener at Choctaw Stadium over the Vegas Vipers, who was coached by Rod Woodson at the time. And we won, the Arlington Renegades won with a score of 22-20. The Renegades posted 183 yards rushing, just rushing now. So the Renegades posted 183 yards rushing, which surpassed the most yards tallied by the team in any game last season. Running back Kalen Ballage finished with the game high 110 rushing yards on 9 attempts, the third most rushing yards in a single game in UFL history. He had 105 yards at the half. So that guy was trucking. So shout out to Kalen Ballage for really putting his team on his back and doing his thing. So he was followed up by fellow backmate Davion Smith, who had 3 rushing touchdowns against San Antonio on Saturday to tie the UFL's single game rushing touchdown record. His game high most last season was 2 against Memphis, and that was May 11th, 2024. So quarterback Luis Perez had yet another strong performance this Saturday, going 20 for 25, 80% for 164 yards with 1 interception. He also had a QB rating of 77.3. So Arlington held San Antonio to 9 points during the game, which is the least amount of points scored against the Renegades since April against Houston. So go figure. So the last time we were able to actually come out and have a defensive score, a defensive play, our defensive play well was against the Roughnecks, who had a horrible team last year. So I don't want to say too much on that, but, definitely shout out to the team for going out there and getting this victory. So that was really, really, really huge. So next up, we got the team stats. So this is a lot of stuff. So I was impressed, just with some of the stats that the team was putting out. We did a lot of stuff, a lot of impressive things. So just 1 second while I get that screen up for us. 1 second. But yeah, while y'all hanging out, y'all definitely like, share, subscribe, and drop something in the chat. Let me know who's tapped in with us. And if you got any comments, any questions, hey, just drop it in the chat. Let us know. So, all right, here. So this is Arlington Renegades. Of course, this will always be the Arlington Renegades stats and stuff. So scoring, we had 4 for scoring attempts, while they had 1 points per game, 4.0. We had 22 first downs. That was pretty impressive. 11 rushing first down, 8 passing first downs, and 3 penalties. So the total rushing yards y'all can see here was 183, followed by 105 rushing yards by the San Antonio Brahmas. Rushing attempts, we had 31 while they had 20. Now, here was maybe a tale of the tape, because average yards per rush for us, the Renegades, were 5.9 while they had 5.3. So I don't know if that's a bit misleading, but definitely I think there needs to be some extra laps on those guys on the defensive line, because I didn't want them guys to get over 100 yards in rushing. So shout out to them for actually surpassing 100 yards rushing. And yeah, that's it. So with the total passing yards, we had 164 yards, as you can see, mentioned earlier. And the total offensive yards was 347 yards on 57 total offensive plays. So that was definitely impressive to me, and something that I want to share with you all, so you all can see as well. So you see here, Luis Perez, he went 20 for 25. Spoke about that earlier. He had 77.3 rating, 164 yards, pass completion of 80%, but there weren't any touchdowns this year. So, I don't know if he's just pretty much recapping or just starting off how he was last year with no touchdowns. So I think we're going to be able to right the ship later on, but a win is a win, and it's always good, just like Jalen Hurts said, it's good to whereas, hey, the team doesn't rely on him 100% just to have to make plays. It's good to have guys that he can pass the ball to or give the ball to out the backfield that's going to make plays. So shout out to Luis Perez, and I'm pretty sure this won't be indicative of his season. I'm guessing against the Roughnecks, he's going to definitely make up in touchdowns. So you see here, he had a long pass. His longest pass was 25 yards. So he was spreading the ball around. It was really good to see those guys out there making plays. So Kellen Ballage, you can see he had 9 attempts on 110 yards gained. He had 1 touchdown, averaged 12.2 yards a carry. Insane. With his longest run going for 77 yards. And this was a guy, too, number 17, Day Hunter. Y'all can check him out in some of our past shows. He had 16 attempts, 45 yards with a loss of -5. So he had a total yards of 40. And like I say, these guys with this running, this backfield, I am so stoked just to see see what the season lies, because all 3 of these guys are very, 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 very talented. And you can see here we got Davion Smith. He has 3 attempts, 3 yards, 3 touchdowns, with his longest run going for 1 yard. So definitely, touchdowns count, because, hey, touchdowns win games, not yardage. So definitely shout out for him getting out there on first game and making 3 touchdowns, which was very impressive. So here you see number 80, the tight end, Sal Cannella. Big guy, very impressive, had a really good training camp. So he's probably gonna have a good season. He had 5 receptions for 45 yards with an average of 9 yards. His longest pass was 25 yards. Tyler Vaughn, you can check our content. We have an interview with him. He had 3 receptions for 28 yards. Deontay Burnett, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Isaiah Winstead, 4 receptions, 19 yards. Javonte Payton, you can check our channel. We also did an interview with him. He has 2 receptions. Guess what? 19 yards. So as you can see here, he was spreading the ball all around. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different guys that got the ball. So, if we can keep that up, we're definitely primed for a really good season. So we're just going to hop right over to the other side of the ball and go to our defense. So, of course, number 18, our top dog, Donald Payne, he had 3 solo tackles. So really good, had a really good showing out there this past Saturday. So he had 3 tackles. Jaden Price, 4 tackles. Miles Dorn, 3 tackles. Number 46, number 25, Charlie Thomas, He had 3. And so just wanted to just quickly go through this. You can see here all these guys were making plays. So definitely, definitely our team are expecting some big things as we continue on through this season. Let me make sure you all can see those stats again. So just a quick another overview look if you want to check out and see how some of your players did. But of course, the top dog was Donald Payne. I think he's like a captain on the team. So he had a really good game. He had 3 solo tackles with 5 totals with, 3 solo tackles, 2 assists, totaling 5 tackles. So there you go. It was like a tongue twister coming out. So definitely about to take a quick break. Time to pay some bills. So definitely appreciate y'all tapping in with us. But about to take a quick break and come back with more of Let's Ride Podcast.
Little J's Donuts and more. Located in Harahan at 1301 Hickory Avenue. Come in for donuts, savory breakfast, king cakes, and more. Check us out on Facebook at Little J's Donuts or on our website, littlejsdonuts.org.
Boom. Hey, y'all definitely go check Little J's Donuts out if you are in the Southern Louisiana area. Definitely go check them out. They do more than just donuts. They also have a full breakfast menu with the Star Hangry. Man, that stuff is amazing. I love that. So definitely y'all check them out. They actually do deliver. They are online, so you can make some online orders. So if you want to have some new experience of some donuts, definitely check out Little J's. So, all right, we just got past the team stats. So here, it's time for the highlights. Highlights down.
Line up the tight end Seth Green in their full house backfield and hand it off. It's a touchdown now. Devontae Smith.
Proud of my brothers and sisters getting an NIL, man. They're getting a lot of money. They might have to break me off a little bit, but I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them.
I am. Break them off. Speaking of breaking, Kalen Balaj breaking tackles and going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
As well as Kalen Balaj in the backfield.
And they hand it off to Smith again, just like they did the last time in that formation. But this time, do something different. Nope, Smith cuts it back. San Antonio ready for it, but they don't stop him before he gets into the end zone. 3 for 3. Davion Smith on that play exactly with 3 touchdowns.
3 snaps, 3 touchdowns for Davion Smith. And we talk about
Yeah, you can see that. Dude had a remarkable game. And, and if you want to have a confident quarterback, give him a really good running back because now he doesn't feel so much pressure. And as we know, last season, there was a lot of issues with Luis Perez, trying too hard. He was trying to extend the play. So, and it wasn't with the run. So he was just trying to hold the ball too long, just trying to give his receivers opportunities to get open. But so this season, it was really good just to see that strong running game because as you will later see in the broadcast, that's what they want. That's what the team wants. They want to be two-dimensional. They don't want to just stay one-dimensional with Luis Perez in a pocket and sitting back there throwing. So it was really good just to see him actually to be able to get a break. So, all right, next up, we got the press conference. So this is an opportunity that you actually get to talk and see and interact with some of the players after the game. So we're going to start up with, let's say, the Renegades, of course, or Luis Perez.
I think it just sets the tone, right? Last year, obviously, start off, 0-6. This year, starting out, we kind of got the monkey off our back early, right? Okay, it's going to be a different year, different season. And again, the coaches, the players, everybody's doing a great job of just honing in on the details, right?
Yes, and that's the thing, and we spoke about that. We've played some other press conferences where Coach Stoops, and he was like, just talking about the coaching staff, the strategy, the team, and the preparation that they've been putting into this training camp. And I'm telling you, like, all the times that I was able to go to the training camp and see these guys, it was like a machine. It was just, there weren't anyone walking. That's what was impressive to me, because from the coaches to the players, everyone was running. You did not see lackadaisical. People were just running. And like that last time before that last practice, before cuts and before this game, oh man, it was so intense, so much pushing and shoving, because everyone is just being competitive. They're trying to put their best foot out there and show, hey, you know what? I got what it takes to help us get to a championship level, to another championship. And shout out to TV Tyler Vaughn. We interviewed him. He had mentioned that, he mentioned about how, yes, of course he has aspirations on getting back into the NFL, but for right now, his total focus is on bringing the Arlington Renegades another championship. And that's the culture and that everyone in the organization had that same mentality. It's like, hey, you know what? It's all or nothing. We're going for the championship. This is what we're doing it for. Yes, there is no other thought about success right now besides a championship. And I mean, that's how it is when you won a championship the first year of the league. So definitely shout out to those guys that's shouldering that load, because I know it's a heavy load just to think and have that type of expectation towards this championship or bust. So we're going to go to the next.
They've got a lot better team than they had last year. Bob Stoops is a great coach and has done a good job with them. So the thing about this league, though, is a big turnover every year.
So as you can see there, we also we also have Wade Phillips, who's the head coach of the Brahmas. So you see there in that press conference where he was asked about, the team, and he said the team is really good. They're well coached, and he was impressed with the play because, they've played us four times and they beat us. They won. They are the leader of this series. So shout out to him and their confidence. So he's seen the fall, the highs, the lows of this team. And he was also the head coach of the Roughnecks. Go figure. So he has a unique perspective of the Renegades. So I respect, his perspective of the growth and the team play. So that's why we got more continued of his interview.
Has done a good job with him. So the thing about this league, though, is a big turnover every year. So you almost have a new team every year.
Oh,
when
that was
they
me.
melded together, their team came together. Ours hadn't yet, but I truly believe ours will as the year goes on.
Coach Kelvin Cayley, BCP Plus. You mentioned the turnover, but one player that they do have that came back was Luis Perez. Was it a case of being?
Well, that's what I say. They had a whole lot. They have a whole lot of players that they had last year.
Right. Was it a case of being familiar with that team from last year as you prep for them today?
Well, he had the same receivers. He had the same tight end. He had, he's doing the same things he did last year. So, I think it's going to take. Unfortunately, it's going to take us a little time to get all our guys on the same page and realizing everybody doing their own job and so forth. So but yeah, I mean, I just said it. Perez is a heck of a quarterback. He's won a championship in this league.
Thanks.
I was there when he beat us a couple of years ago in the XFL playoff game, and they won the championship. So he's a good player.
And there you have it, all facts, no caps, so shout out to Wade Phillips for, being a good coach like that and just giving, props where it's due. Like he said, we had like 44% of returning players. So yes, we're primed, there's that continuity there. So as you can see, if you go and watch the game or if you was at the game and you watch some of the footage, that those guys really, they were just all playing separate. They weren't gelling together. And I think at some point they swap out their starting quarterback. So you can tell that they're still at the earlier phases of trying to figure out this team's identity, while on the other hand, let's ride. These Renegades are doing their thing. So definitely give a shout out to the Renegades that, on and off the field continue to just show this level of, cohesiveness that's impressive. That, I'm going to say the league needs to take take knowledge of, because those guys do a lot on and off the field just to make sure that these guys know each other, have a relationship. I was very impressed with like how most of these people, they didn't call them by their real names. They had their nicknames. So, and they did similar things like, I forget Winningham. We interviewed Winningham, interviewed TV. Both of these guys are men of Christ. They listen to God, they listen to gospel, they pray, and they do all of that just before they go to the, while they're getting ready for the game, before they take the field. So I was impressed just to hear about some of the character of these guys. So, just shout out to those guys and shout out to the San Antonio Brahmas, but I don't think y'all gonna have much time to right that ship. So y'all better get it done soon. It's gonna be tough sledding for y'all, man. Y'all might be the new Roughnecks. So definitely y'all let me know what y'all think about those press conference, and we're gonna just go to a quick recap where we Coach Stoops. You talked about Kellen Balaj as a breakout player.
He is great size and really great speed to go with it. So we're hoping he really shows up.
All right, hold on. Let me rewind that one more time.
I don't know that. Probably the one would be our running back, Kalen Balaj. KB is a running back that has great size and really great speed to go with it. So we're hoping he really shows up.
And I don't know if you see that little smirk or that confident swagger that that coach did when he mentioned that, KB, Kellen Balaj, so he's looking like the GOAT right now, because this was going into this game. He said, when we asked him, like, hey, who's going to be the breakout player this year? He said, KB, you heard it. And so for him to say going into this week one and show it during the game for all us to see, KB had the most yards of all running backs. So definitely, I know Coach Stoops is definitely happy that he picked that guy up. So shout out to Coach Stoops and staff for making a lot of the right calls during this offseason. The ability to keep the team together and keep them enthused was definitely a surprise. Why am I going to say a surprise? Only because Coach Stoops is one of the greatest coaches to coach the sport of football. So I'm going to just say it was par for the course. He knew what was going on. So, hey, now we're back to the tailgate. Be the Banditos. Shout out to the Banditos. Really great tailgate this weekend. If y'all missed it, oh man, I don't know what to tell you. Just make sure that you make the next one. So we got some pictures. Going to go through a quick little slide deck of some of the pictures we were able to get from the tailgate. Y'all definitely check out our Facebook page, our Instagram, so you can see some more of these pictures. Oh, let me see. So right here, this was a custom carved bandit, Arlington Renegades, watermelon. So this was out there for the tailgate, people to take pictures with, and just something cool just for the fans to see. So this guy was the GOAT, man. Shout out to Rico from the Banditos. He made some amazing crawfish. The whole seafood brawl was amazing. Really good guy. So this is what the league is all about. Look at these fans. And you see the mayor, he was – shout out to Seattle, man, and those Sea Dragons. That whole fan base, that team was greatness when they were in the XFL. So I don't know why, definitely would like to see them back in the XFL, maybe UFL, because really great fan base. And you can see they're out there. He's supporting the league. And you see we got the three different fan bases. We got Seattle, we got San Antonio Brahmas, and we got the Banditos, and they're all with the kids. So that is what these fans, that's what this football is about. It's fan-friendly, family-oriented. It's just something to do great on the weekend. Shout out to those, some more pictures Hey. Yeah, as you can see, he was knocked out. So definitely know that there was some really good tailgate, and that pep rally was the bomb. And just want to stop it right there. Oh, wait, hold on. Right there. So we were able to get to opportunity to hang out. Well, no, let me rewind. Play. Billy the Bandit, the team mascot, got the opportunity to hang out with us, cool guys, out there in the end zone, section 47. So if y'all come to the game, if y'all want to hang out with us, definitely we will be in section 47. But as y'all can see, man, this guy, like this mascot, was a smash hit. Really cool, really cool uniform, approachable. He came and hang out. He must got some moves. He was saucing it up with us. So overall, like the whole game experience, the fan experience, it was like 8, 9. I really don't give 10 unless, I'm paid to give a 10, but I give it the highest that I would give, the highest rating I would give, the fan experience. Just you could see the mascot came and hung out with us. They threw us some shirts. They threw us some towels. Some bandanas. As you can see, that's what the lady in the far end is waving around. That was given to the first 2,500 fans that showed up. So really, 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 really a great time to be out there, and really a great time for sports to be playing, football, to be played out there in the spring. So definitely, if you all trying to look for something to do on a Saturday or this weekend from Friday to Sunday, there's UFL games. If you're looking for something to do, definitely go out to your local team. Arlington Renegades, we always welcome the fans. And if you need some information, some advice, you all can definitely hit the chat, hit the DM, and we'll be more than happy to assist with, whatever we can. But shout out to the team and the Banditos, man. I had a really great time with these guys, and got to see some really, really good football. So that's the whole thing. But so definitely a great time. We didn't get a chance to play cornhole toss, but we were able to toss back some birds. So definitely a great time to be hanging out with the family and some friends. So really good tailgate, really, really, really great tailgate. Looking forward for the one coming up this weekend. So if you missed last week, you can definitely come out for week 2. We're playing the Houston Roughnecks, who are losers. They're currently 0-1. So this should be a really good, easy game for them. I'm about to say a really good route. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I always mess up saying that. But this should be a really easy game for us. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing them tough, the Renegades, as far as the Roughnecks. I'm sorry. The Roughnecks will be playing the Renegades tough because they're still trying to make a statement for themselves as they come into week 2 0-1. So definitely y'all check out the content, check out the page, because the hat is back. The hat is back here in Arlington, Texas. I was talking to my guy, Bandito, earlier today, and he said last night he slept with it right next to the bed. So if anyone's wondering where this hat is, it is with Mr. Bandito. So, and this is what it's for. This is what they do it for. Like I said, a fan-initiated rivalry that the team picked up and got behind. So I'm very impressed and appreciate what the Arlington Renegades is doing for as, giving former football athletes another shot at success. So that's very insurmountable right there. And then the stuff that they're doing in the local community, in the local markets, to the local fans. So definitely give a shout out to all the leadership, all the fans, the entire team of the Arlington Renegades. Very impressed. It's just been class act. If you all missed the pep rally, definitely, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some watch parties coming up real soon. But, man, shout out to the team and shout out to the fans and everybody that tapped in and thugged it out with me today. Got another episode coming up this Wednesday as we go to to practice. So definitely look up for our next live show. But, man, I appreciate everybody that tapped in with me on this Let's Ride podcast show, baby. So I'm out. We should do with STWFTV, and we on the Let's Ride podcast, and I'm about to ride on.
Find this podcast and others on STWFTV, the podcasting network. wherever you get podcasts.